What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today we are making banana raisin fried dumpling in the kitchen. Fast, easy and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not, and turn on your post notifications so you won't miss any of these uploads. After all, I'm returning, goodie. On a don't know so what, on a girl love on a ready for cook. Come on, let's cook. Alright, goodies, let's cook. Now, in a container, you want to start off with about 4 to 5 overly ripe bananas. Now, when we talk about overly ripe bananas, we mean the bananas that has blacks all over it. Like, you almost get ready to throw it out. That is the banana that I want you to have. So if you are going to make this recipe, just be sure that you sit your banana aside and make it marinate for a couple of days so the skin becomes really dark. Because what is going to happen is that the banana is going to get really sweet, and then also it's going to get soft, and that is what I want it to be for this recipe. Kind of soft but extra sweet. Okay, so you're going to get about 4 to 5 overly ripe bananas for the recipe. Now if your bananas is mega big, use 4 overly ripe bananas, but my bananas was kind of small. Now after you've done that, you are going to add some salt, and I'm going to list all the ingredients that I use for the recipe and the amount so that you'll get it right the first time. Now I'm adding some nutmeg, right? Yeah, I'm gonna add some nutmeg, and then I'm gonna add some cinnamon powder to the mix. Now after you've had those 4 ingredients, you want to go in and add some almond extract. The almond extract is going to turn it to another level, and of course you want to combine that with some vanilla. Now to the vanilla, you want to add about 3 tablespoons of white sugar. Now if you don't want to go white sugar, you could also add brown sugar, cane sugar, any kind of sugar of your choice. You go ahead and use that, but just know that the darker the sugar is, the darker the dumpling is going to be when you fry it. So that's why I chose to use white sugar, okay, granulated sugar. Now after you combine all of this, because this is where your flavor starts, right, you go ahead and you mash it up. Do not use anything to soft out the bananas or nothing when you do this process. Just be sure that you're using a fork and just gently press into the bananas, and this is what you have when you finish with this step. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients. Now I'm going to add about 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Now you could substitute this all-purpose flour using bread flour, but just be sure you don't use self-rising flour. And then you're going to add about a tablespoon of baking powder into your flour mix. Go ahead and sift this. You want to be sure that you sift it, because your baking powder sometimes have a tendency to have lumps in it, and we don't want to be biting in these dumplings and having that bitter taste, because baking powder is bitter, y'all. Okay, now we are going to add some butter here. I'm using salt-free butter, but it really doesn't matter what kind of butter you put in here. Just put butter, but just be sure that your butter is very hard, rock hard, like from the fridge, very hard. Do not put soft butter here. Now all I'm doing is go ahead and combining everything here together. Just combine your mix until everything comes nice and whole. Okay, you'll feel the texture soft. That is how you want to have it being soft. If you're doing this and you're seeing where it's kind of looking like a dough already, then you're doing something wrong. That means you've had too much flour. This is what it needs to be looking like. Okay, now on your board or wherever you choose to do it, surface, whatever, go ahead and you add your flour first on the bottom. Then you want to go in and pour out your mixture on top of that, and then after you've done that, you sprinkle some more added flour onto the mixture here, just like I'm doing like this, and pressing in the flour into the dough. Okay, now you're gonna go in and just continue to knead everything just like you was making bread. All right, but you want to be sure that you keep adding flour to it until it comes hold like this. You want to be sure that it looks exactly like that. Now after you've gotten to this step, you want to go in and add a little bit of oil into the palm of your hand, and add some oil also into the container that you made your mixture in, okay? And then all you have to do is massage that oil onto the dough like that. And as you can see, it is still soft, it is not hard, all right? Because if you make it too hard, your dumpling are gonna come out tough, and you don't want a toughy dumpling in your kitchen, right? You go ahead and you add it into your container, and you're gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes, all right? Just cover it up with your plastic wrap and sit it aside for 30 minutes. Now 30 minutes later, you come back, and we're going to get ready to do our last step before we start frying. So you go back and you add some more flour on your countertop, and again, you notice how that mixture is still not hard. That is what you want to be having. You don't want to blame me for the dumpling come out toughy, you know. Just be sure that you're following the steps here. Now you go back and you pour some flour on top of this, and you knead that baby in, just like if you're gonna make a bread or anything you have to do with baking, right? You want to give it that nice massage roll here. Perfect. And then your dough should be ready at this step. It's not going to be hard, and it's definitely not going to be soft. It's going to be perfect. You're going to have the perfect fried dumpling, the outer skin. Perfect. When I say perfect, I mean perfect. Just be sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And be sure also to turn on your post notification. If you have not done so, go ahead and do so, because when YouTube see that you liked it, they will push the video out into a much wider audience. The channel will grow, the video will grow, and we want to grow here. Okay, so go ahead and show your videos some love and support. This is how you support the channel, okay? And mad respect. Now that is perfect. That's exactly how you want it to be. Now you want to go ahead and cut it into your how many pieces you want. Now I did make 5 larger size dumplings. I want to show you guys that you could make them larger, and then I did make a few smaller ones, but overall everything comes out amazing. Now when you get to the step, make sure so you have your raisins, and I'm just using some regular raisins here that I bought in the supermarket. You could use any kind of a raisin or any other kind of fruits that you like. Dried fruits, you could use cranberry or whatever you want to use. You go ahead and use that. But today we are making banana raisin fried dumpling in the kitchen, fast, easy, and simple. So you want to go ahead and get your rolling pin, honey, and just flatten this thing just like you make roti. Same way so. And then you go ahead and flatten it, smooth it out, and after you've done that, you want to go in and add the raisins into the middle, the center, okay, of your dough. And after you've done that, then this is how you're going to close it up. You're going to go in and pinch all the sides up together, and then you knead it into a ball, just like that. But just be sure that part that you pinch, it is nice and secure, because if it's not secure, once it hit the heat, when you get ready to fry, everything will come loose and it will explode, and all the raisins is going to fall apart. Everything is going to fall apart. It's not going to look nice and neat. I want it to be nice and neat. So be sure that you're giving it some love, just like so. Perfect. And this is what it looks like. This is our first batch, okay? If it don't look like that when you're done this, that means you're definitely doing something wrong, okay? Just rewind and go back and watch it again. Now be sure that your oil though is at a medium heat. You're going to fry these dumplings very slowly. You don't want to over fry them. You don't want to have them fry on the outside and raw on the inside. So be sure that you're frying these at a medium heat. Now we're going to go with and we're going to place it in the oil, okay? And then we are going to allow it to fry for, I'll say, maybe 5 minutes, and then you turn it on the other side and just continue to rotate them. Okay, after the 5 minutes on one side, 5 on the other side, you give it another like 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side, and it's going to be fried. You want to be sure again that your dumplings are fried in the middle. But if you follow the steps carefully, you should not have raw dumpling or eating in your kitchen, okay? You're going to have perfectly fried dumplings every single time, because I always hear people say, you know what, I fry my dumplings and they always raw in the middle. That's because your fire is too high. We are going to fry these bad boys at a medium high heat, okay? A medium heat goodie, so that they'll soak right through, okay? So this is what it looks like. You're going to go ahead and allow it to cook nice and brown. You want a nice golden brown. You see how it looks? Perfect. So that is what you do. 5 minutes on one side, 5 minutes on the other side, 2 minutes again on one side, 2 minutes again on the other side, and this is what you have at a medium heat. Perfect. Perfect. Oh my goodness, the outer part is amazing. When I tell you perfect, a fried skin dumpling, perfect, okay? So we're going to go ahead and just going to sit those aside. Be sure that you have a paper towel so that the oil will drain. But as you can see how these dumplings are looking, honey, okay? Just be sure again, make a reminder, no? Just be sure that you subscribe to the channel, okay? Because again, it will help the channel to grow, honey, to grow. So hit the like button, okay? Alright, so now that we have completed our first batch, this is what your second batch looks like. And again, like I said, I made sure to do one larger so you guys can see that you could do them large, and one on the other set smaller. And as you can see how perfect that is, you could actually see the raisins inside one of those dumplings because it did pop, okay? And when you're done, honey, this is what you have. The most perfect banana raisin fried dumpling in your kitchen. And when you bust that thing wide open, honey, look at how that looks. Perfect with anything that you want to have in the kitchen, okay? You could have it with vegetables, you could have it with chicken, or listen, you could have it with whatever you want, okay? It is nice and soft, and it is not overly sweet. It's just gently sweetened from the bananas, a little bit of sugar to it, and the raisins just take it to another level. Just be sure that you're showing some love, okay? Tell the man up the road, tell the girl down the street, bring them, come and send them, come, I'm waiting. And when you get done doing all of that, tell me where you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!